Okay, so very good morning students. I hope everyone has gone through the previous videos in which I have started the topic dynamics of fluid flow. So basically we will have a short introduction of previous video. So we've gone through the introduction, what is dynamics of fluid flow, then momentum equation. We have derived the momentum equation which was based on the second Newton's law, and then we have done the derivation for the equation of the forces exerted by the fluid on the bend. We have derived two equations. First equation was the equation of a force exerted in x direction, and similarly equation of force which is exerted in y direction, and this equation is resultant force, and this equation is for the angle made by the resultant force. So I hope everyone has gone through my previous videos. If anyone don't know the equation, or this is the first lecture, so basically read the derivations properly and understood the derivations properly. If anyone has doubt, then clear it up. So in this video we will be solving the numericals based on momentum equation. So these are the common type of numericals which are asking in exam. So read it carefully, understand it properly. A 45-degree reducing bend is connected in a pipeline. The diameter of the inlet and outlet of the bend is 600 and 300 mm, which means that the inlet has a 600 and outlet has 300. So the pipe has a different diameters. Find the forces exerted by the water on the bend. Find the forces. You have to find the force exerted by the water on the bend. Means what is the impact of a water on the bend? If the intensity of a pressure at the inlet is this 8.829 Newton per centimeter square, it is Newton per centimeter square, so we have to convert it into Newton per meter square, and rate of flow is 600 liter per second. So basically rate of flow means what? Discharge. So the discharge of water through the pipe is 600 liters per second. Liter per second is not a standard unit, so we have to convert it in meter cube per second. So we will be going through the solution. So first write all the given theta 45 degree reducing bend. Okay, and next d1 is inlet diameter. So inlet diameter is 600 mm. So 600 mm, converting it into meter, 0.6 meter. d2 is 300 mm. So converting it into meter, 0.3 meter. Similarly, we have given discharge as 600 liter per second. So it would be equals to 600 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube per second, which will be equal to 0.6 meter cube per second. Okay. So next is pressure. Pressure we have given 8.829 Newton per centimeter square. And one more point we have to note that pressure at inlet, which means pressure at outlet, is not given. Okay. So pressure at inlet P1 is equal to 8.829 Newton per centimeter square. So to convert in meter square, divided by 10 raised to minus 4. So it will be 8.829 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per meter square. Okay. Next, area. A1 means what? At section 1. So area at section 1 will be pi by 4 d square, which is equal to pi by 4 into 0.6 square. So this is the area at section 1. Similarly for section 2, pi by 4 is d2 square, pi by 4 into 0.3 the whole square. So this is the second area. Second area means what? Area at the second section. Similarly P1 we have seen this. So next step we have to calculate the velocities. velocity at section 1 and 2. So as we know that discharge is equal to area into velocity. We have seen in the fluid mechanics. So velocity will be equal to discharge by area. So velocity equals to discharge by area. So Q upon A1. We will be not writing it as a Q1. Why? Because the discharge will be remaining same at section 1 and section 2. Correct? Discharge will not change. The discharge at any point in the pipe will be remain same. It does not depend upon the diameter. So it will be remain as a Q. V1 equals to Q upon A1. So Q we have known as a 0.6. Correct? And next A1 equals to 0.2827. So we get velocity at section 1 equals to 2.122 meter per second. Similarly for second section, velocity equals to Q by A2. We know Q, we know the area. So we will be getting velocity equals to 8.488. You have to note one thing, the velocity of section 1 is less than the velocity of section 2, and the reason behind that is the diameter of pipe at 1 is greater than the diameter of pipe at 2. करेक्ट, मतलब कि D1 जो था 0.6 था और D2 था 0.3. फर्स्ट सेक्शन पे डायमीटर ज़्यादा है तो वेलोसिटी कम, और सेकंड सेक्शन पे डायमीटर कम तो वेलोसिटी ज़्यादा, विच मीन्स दैट इट इज़ इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल. इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल मतलब क्या, इस सेक्शन में डायमीटर ज़्यादा है तो वेलोसिटी का वैल्यू कम होगा, और सेकंड सेक्शन में अगर उसी पाइप का डायमीटर कम हो रहा है तो वहाँ पे वेलोसिटी बढ़ेगा. करेक्ट. तो हम लोग ने यहाँ पे एक डायग्रामेटिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन लिया, पाइप है. करेक्ट. सो वी हैव टेकन टू सेक्शन 1 and 2. The first section is we have taken before the bend, and second section we have taken after the bend. At first section I have written as 1 as we have done, or we have gone through the derivation. And at section 1 I have given arrow with naming as a V1. V1 is the velocity of section 1. Correct. And similarly after this section I have noted as a V2, which will be the velocity after second section. And this arrow nearer to the section is F1. Correct. And F1 stands for force at the section 1, and similarly this arrow is F2. F2 means force at section 2. So to calculate the force, we know that pressure equal to force upon area. So force will be equal to pressure into area. Correct. So for section 1 it will be F1 equals to P1 into A1. Correct. So basically we will be writing 1 because the pressure will change from 1 to 2. Also area changes from 1 to 2. So obviously force will be also changing. Okay. So in next section there is second force which is noted as P2A2. Similarly like this, pressure equal to force upon area, therefore force equal to pressure into area 2, pressure 2 and area 2. Correct. So we have written this here, and since we know that this line is not parallel to these forces, so we have to make component of this force. So we are making component this and this, and as we know that after making components the theta will be in picture. So we will be noted this arrow as a P2 cos theta, and this arrow is P2 sin theta. Correct. The value of this theta is equal to 45 degree as we have given in the question. Okay. So similarly for next velocity, this theta and this theta will be remaining same. So this component of this velocity will be equal to V2 cos theta and V2 sin theta. Okay. Okay. So next part is if you have noticed, in this diagram we know all the values, but one thing is remaining. We know the value of P1, we know the pressure 1, we know the area 1, we know the theta, we know the area 2, we know the theta, but P2, the value of P2 is unknown. To find the value of P2, P2 means what? The pressure at section 2, correct? To find the value of P2, we have to apply Bernoulli's equation. I think you have gone through this Bernoulli equation in fluid mechanics. So what Bernoulli's equation states that the energy E1 is equal to energy at E2. Energy means what? Total energy at section 1 is equal to total energy at section 2. Okay. Okay, so total energy at section means total energy at section 1 will be pressure head plus velocity head plus datum head. Similarly, for second equation, it will be pressure head plus velocity head plus datum head. But Z1 is equal to Z2. Why? Because I already said that the momentum equation or momentum principle is only and only applicable for horizontal pipes, and it is not applicable for vertical pipes. So the height of a pipe from the datum surface will be same, correct? So obviously Z1 and Z2 will be equal, so it will be cancelled out. The remaining equation is P1 by rho g plus V1 square upon 2g equals to P2 upon rho g plus V2 square upon 2g. In this equation we know P1, we know rho, we know g, V1 is known, rho is known, V2 is known. So remaining is only P2. So we will be putting all the values in the equation. So we have put the values of P1 divided by rho. Rho will be equal to 1000 because it is water into G plus V1 square. V1 equals to 2.122. It's correct. V1 2.122 square divided by 2G equals to P2 upon rho G plus V2 square upon 2 into G. So we get the value of P2 as 5.45 into 10 to 4 Newton per meter square. So this is the pressure at section 2 and this is the pressure at section 1, correct? So the next step is to find the forces exerted by the water on the bend in X as well as Y direction. So we will be going through the formulas which we have derived in the derivation as we have seen before. So the forces on the bend in X and Y direction is given by Fx equal to rho into Q in bracket V1 minus V2 cos theta plus P1 A1 minus P2 A2 cos theta. We have derived this in the derivation. If anyone is not understanding the derivation, then read properly the derivation and get this formula. So we know all the values, correct? So we will be putting all the values in this formula. So rho equals to 1000 into Q 0.6, correct? Rho equals to 0.6 in bracket V1 minus V2 cos theta plus P1 A1. This is P1 into A1, correct? 0.2827 minus P2 into A2 into cos theta. So Fx equal to 19,911.4 Newton. So it will be equal to 19.911 kilonewton, right? So similarly, we will be calculating in the forces in y direction, which has the equation such as rho into Q in bracket minus V2 sin theta minus P2 A2 sin theta. So value of rho is 1000, which is a constant for water. Q equals 0.6 bracket minus V2 8.488 into sin 45 minus P2 into A2 into sin theta. So this is the value of Fy. If you notice, we have got the value of Fy in negative sign, and this negative sign indicates that the Fy is acting in downward direction. Means what? While going through the diagram, we have assumed that the direction of water impacting on the bend will be in upward direction. For in y direction, the forces will be in upward direction, and for x direction it will be in horizontal. Correct? So if this value, any value fx or fy comes in negative, which means that the assumed direction is wrong. If you have assumed this fy in upward direction, so it's wrong direction, and we have to write a line that the negative sign indicates the direction is in downward direction. And next, which is the resultant force. Resultant force of both in x direction as well as in y direction. So Fr equal to square root of fx square plus fy square is equal to square root of fx 199.11.4 the whole square plus minus, putting minus and will not make any sense here because we have to do it square. So Fr equals to 2890.9 Newton, which is equal to 20.890 kilonewton. Correct? So this is the resultant force. This is the force exerted by the water in y direction, which is in downward direction. This is the force exerted by the water in the x direction in right side direction. Correct? So next step, after calculating all the forces, we have to calculate the direction of the resultant force. So direction will be calculated as tan theta equals to Fy upon Fx. We know the value of Fy, we know the value of Fx. So put here and calculate the value. It's 0.3175. So to calculate the theta equals to tan inverse of the 0.3175. It is 17 degree and 36 minutes. Means what? The resultant force is acting at a angle of 17 degree 36 minutes in horizontal direction. Correct? Don't confuse this theta with this theta. Okay? There are two theta. This theta is the given theta. It is a reducing bend which has given in the question. 45 degree reducing bend. मतलब क्या, जो क्वेश्चन में अगर तुम लोग को रेड्यूसिंग बेंड दिया हुआ है, करेक्ट, तो ये जो थीटा है वो कौन सा है, जो पाइप बेंड है, पाइप बेंड हो रहा है ये 45 डिग्री से। और हम लोग को उसने जब क्वेश्चन में पूछा है फाइंड द डायरेक्ट डायरेक्शन, तो डायरेक्शन पूछ रहा है, वो कौन सा डायरेक्शन पूछ रहा है, रिजल्टेंट फोर्स का। तो रिजल्टेंट फोर्स कितने डायरेक्शन से एक्ट हो रहा है वो हम लोग को निकालना। तो ये जो है वो कौन सा थीटा है कि ये एफ आर का वैल्यू जो रिजल्टेंट फोर्स है वो कितने एंगल में लग रहा है, ये वो थीटा। करेक्ट? अगर इनकेस अगर तुम लोग को कन्फ्यूजन होता रहेगा तो यू कैन यूज दिस एज अ फाई और एनीथिंग, इट्स जस्ट नोटेशन. Okay, so here it completes the numerical. One more point to take a note as that ये सम इम्पोर्टेंट है और बहुत बार पूछा हुआ, हर सेमिस्टर में पूछा हुआ सम है और इम्पोर्टेंट है. तुम लोग को सिर्फ इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट क्या है कि ये रेड्यूसिंग बेंड जी ये है 45 डिग्री. हम लोग हर स्टूडेंट इसमें कॉमन मिस्टेक करता है कि इस एंगल को समझता नहीं. सो वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस एंगल प्रॉपरली. Okay, so if anyone don't get this numerical, please contact me or please message me or call me. I will try to solve it. Okay, so thank you so much for going through this numerical. I hope everyone get this. Thank you so much.